Welcome to Shiv Automation Lab. So a lot of people asking me like how to become an automation tester. Whether they some people are freshers and some are like they are switching from manual to automation. So I have divided the entire roadmap into 8 sections. So I will be going to discuss each one of them one by one so that you can get to know that. So the first one is like the manual testing. Okay, so manual testing is always the core and the important part you should start with if you want to become a automation tester or a tester. So in the manual testing, you should know the what are the testing types, what are the black box, white box testing techniques are there, functional testing, non-functional testing. So multiple things are there. So you should start with always the manual testing, and you will get a lot of YouTube videos and blog, we can say that, over the internet. So you can just read it and you will get to know that with you can get the example as well. So there is a first thing to start with like the manual testing. So this is for majorly for the freshers, like they don't have any knowledge about the manual testing. But yeah, if you are experienced manual tester, so you can just go through it and then you can skip that particular thing because uh, many of the things you already know that, right? So also apart from this the concepts also you should know the these tools which I have mentioned here. Like you should know how the Jira works, how the test rail works, how the rally, and what are the processes and the ways the agile testing like happens, right? So everything you should know. The second step is the programming language. So if you want to become an automation tester, so you should know the any of the programming language, whether it's a Java, Python, Ruby, C Sharp, JavaScript, anything. So that is the core important thing if you want to switch from manual to automation, or you want to become start with your journey to become an automation tester. So you should know the Java. Okay, so in the Java you can start learning with the very basic things like what are the variables, how to declare that, what are the data types, how we can create the class, what are the objects, what are the oops concept. You can learn about the conditional statement loops, what are the exception handlings, what are the strings, what are the collections. So these are the basics and the more core Java part example I have just said to you guys, so that you can start with this thing. So that much information is good enough to start with. So as you go ahead, you will get to know more about the things like how you can explore more the things and get more hands on and get more idea about this programming language. So the third part is web automations. Like you should know the web Selenium tool, which is most famous and most of the companies uses this tool for web automations. So as we have a Selenium, we have a different other things as well, like WebDriver IO for we can use the JavaScript based application. We have a Cypress in upcoming market. So like it's already people are utilizing it. So this is also the one of the web automation, we can say that. Then we have a Cucumber tools as well, which follows the BDD approach, behavior driven approach. So that is also a good option. And Catalan Studio is also there where you can play and record the things, so you don't have to write any code. So it is for API and web automation both. So these are the list of web automation tools. So you can start with always Selenium because it is easy and its community is most wider, so you can get help if you start with practical hands-on experience. So the fourth section is like a test ng, because whenever you perform the testing you need definitely a framework, right? So you need either a test ng or a JUnit frameworks to be learned. So in this framework, like we have a design pattern also, the page object model. Okay, so we have, if you start learning with the Selenium and test engine everything, you will get to know that what is page object model. And so you should start with this thing. So this will be a very helpful. And then you have a different approaches, like yeah, based on your requirement you can follow the hybrid approach or maybe the modular approach. or the test driven development, or data driven development. So these are the we can say that the development approach based on the requirement. So in the TestNG section, you can learn the basics of TestNG. What are the commands of TestNG? What are the assertion validations are there? What are the parallel testing? How we can do, like cross browser testing. These are the parts of testing concept. So you can just understand this and just do the practical hands on. It will be a good enough for to create your own framework. So the next section is like the API testing. Right now in the market, most of the people using, they have a lot of requirement in the company. Like you should know the API testing. So I would recommend you to start with the Postman. Yeah, we have a different tools for the API testing, but mostly the company which followed, which most of the people also familiar with this. So the Postman. So you can start with the Postman, like. You can check like how the collections work, how we can run the collection, how we can stop the collection, how we can use the curl command over there. So start with a Postman tool, which is very basic. So if you give your time, so you will definitely within a less amount of time you can learn this Postman. And then once you learn with that Postman thing, then you can start with rest assured for the API automation things. So you have different tools also there: SOAP UI, Karate API, and the web service testing. So basically in the API, you are going to validate the functionality of the particular API, how it works, what are the performance, like what are the reliability and the security things, which we generally used to take care while doing the API testing. So that is very most important thing. Most of people, like sometimes they ask you, is API and web services testing is same? So the answer is yes. There is overlap between the two. Like all the web services can be API, are the API, okay, but not all the APIs are web services. So that is the most important and basic difference. Like if somebody asks you like what is the difference, or maybe is it the same API or the web services testing. The sixth step is like a mobile testing. So uh, as we maybe you guys are knowing that like the APM is one of the tool which is useful for the testing the mobile application. So basically nowadays in the market, mobile testing requirement is also very booming. So you can learn this tool as well. But yeah, you have to keep in mind that you have to start with the basic step one and then step two, like that. It's not like everything is booming in the market, but you cannot rush to the things, and you will be not master in everything, right? So in the mobile testing, you can check for the different app functionality, like the UI testing, cross platform testing you can do on the mobile. And you can also do the real time environment condition, like what are the gesture, what are the backgrounds, what are the network conditions. And also like you can do the in the mobile testing itself, like what are the securities, accessibilities, and still yeah, the performance testing things. So with the help of creating the with the help of this tool APM, and by creating the framework, you can do this mobile testing as well. The next step is other tools. We can say that like we should know that the Maven or Gradle, because whenever we do project, we make a project as a Maven project, right? And we should also, as an automation tester, we should also know about the CI/CD pipeline, like how the Jenkins job schedules are, how the Jenkins is configured with our test cases, with our framework. And also some aspects of Docker with respect to testing, where like how you can containerize your the entire framework and run on the Docker. So that is also important. And most obviously the Git things also you should know, like the basic commands of Git, how you can push, pull, and everything. So these are the things which is required, but in the basic level. But yeah, you should aware of all the things. So at the time you are practicing and doing the things, you will get more familiar with these things, okay? So this is in the other tool sections I have categorized. And the step 8 is like we do have a special like tools designed for performance and security testing. So for performance, like most of the people uses widely is the JMeter or the load runner for doing the performance testing of any particular application. And you can also use the burp suit, which is very useful while doing the security testing. So these are the tools which was required for performance and security testing. So that's is all about, guys, like about the 8 step I have categorized, so that you can get to know that from where you can start your journey of to become an automation tester, or from switching to manual to automation. If you have any doubt, or if you have any concern, or you need to know more about any particular section, you can mail me, so I can help you personally. But this is the top level view to become an automation tester, and this will require your dedication and hard work around 6 months, so you will become expert in some areas. I would suggest you to just start with your step 1, and start doing preparing for the things whatever I have mentioned. And at the time of preparation, you will get to know that like what are other things which I have not mentioned here. You will get to know that as well. So this is a very very top level view, we can say that, for to become an automation tester. So yeah, if you have anything else, then do let me know. And also note that this is not something which you can learn altogether. You should be a master in some areas, whether it's web automation or the API automation or mobile testing or maybe the performance side. So try to learn each thing at a time. Do not rush, so that otherwise you will not be able to understand one thing properly, and you will be get messed up. Okay, so if you like this video, then do subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Till then, we will meet next time. Have a good day. Bye and take care.